Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jeremy. This is episode 7 and the finale of my Coruscant clone base mock. I will be bringing this mock to Brickworld Chicago this week, as well as my Pirates of the Caribbean, Sharktooth Bay, and Black Pearl mock series. Go check them out if you guys have not seen that. I have a lot to do this last kind of few days before Brickworld, so let's get right into the progress that I made. Alright guys, so this is the finished product of the mock in terms of just the actual build parts of it. I still have to place the minifigures and some of the final details, and we'll get to all those minifigures and details. I'll show you all of them lined up before I set them up. I'll do a quick time lapse of me setting them up once I'm ready. But as you guys can tell, the road area is officially done and connected in with the kind of mills plate system here. So this base plate is connected with that system into that other base plate with the base there. I think it looks fantastic. I finished up the roads and actually added a lot more greebling detail and other water areas here in episode 6. So if you guys haven't seen episode 6, go check that out when I finish this up. I also decided to only build one building. That was kind of something I just determined to do. I thought I wanted to highlight the police gunship a little bit more, and I also get to what's going to be replacing that in the hangar. So I did build this little landing pad here for this police gunship. Obviously most of it's going to be just covered up with the police gunship like that. We're going to have some shock troopers and 501st kind of exiting that gunship there. I think it looks great. I wanted it to be one of the centerpieces of this mock, and I think it's going to look great. I obviously have to set it up properly when I do it. And I really like how this road looks, and of course the main thing that's probably new to most of you guys watching this is this building here. This is basically a rundown like Coruscant bar, I guess. I used some studs here to kind of create like those kind of windows you see on downtown Coruscant. This is kind of like the not so nice area of Coruscant. There's other details I still have to add into this. Like I said, small stuff that just needs to be done still. Other greebling details here on the wall, some chains coming up and down here. Again, guys, very basic. I wanted it to just get the aesthetic that I needed for this. The inside is not super detailed, but it's basically just a bar here with the bartender and some other Easter eggs kind of thrown throughout that. I used those spring-loaded shooters, I believe they're called, to build that door up. I think it kind of looks unique and kind of draws your eye towards it, which is kind of important for this. So yeah, that's what all the new progress I made on the actual building portion of this. Now let's get into the exact amount of minifigures I'm using, where they're going to be, and what I'm going to do with them. Alright guys, here's a general overview of all of the minifigures I will be using in this mock. There's just over 50 of them, which is pretty crazy considering this is only a 2 gray base plate Star Wars mock. You guys can tell I've kind of separated it into 2 sections. We got the Clone Trooper side of this, or the Republic side, with General Tarkin there, and the First Inquisitor, a new character that I've created that will also be in my Dark Beginning stop motion series coming very soon. Check out part 1 and 2 if you guys have not seen it. A couple other clone officers and pilots kind of thrown throughout there, and a wide variety of shock troopers. These decaled ones are from my cousin Dennis. Huge shout out to him for letting me borrow those for this mock. And then of course we get to the, I guess the good guy side of this. There's a few surviving Jedi that are going to be fighting, as well as some Senate guards that have decided to fight alongside them. And then of course there's a large portion of just generic citizens here on Coruscant. They're going to kind of stuck in the middle of the scene. So I cannot wait to set up this, guys. Like I said, there's roughly 50 of these guys minifigures in this mock, which is pretty crazy. I cannot wait to set them all up and get this story going, so I'm going to jump into that right now. Alright guys, I think it's time for the full overview of the completed mock. All of the minifigures and details I was talking about have been placed in the mock, and this is ready for Brickworld. I'm so excited to bring it, so let's dive right into this. So starting on this upper left area, guys, you can tell there's a small section of the road here by the building that's pretty run down. There's a lot of different details and, you know, puddles and stuff like that. There's also a downed Senate guard trooper that was probably killed by these 501st here, who are blocking this part of the street with a speeder, kind of blocking the public from entering this area, as there is a fight going on above there and in the other area there. And as we work our way down here, guys, you can tell there's some exchanges being had between the shock troopers, or the Coruscant Guard, and the 501st, and the civilians of Coruscant. As you guys can tell, there's a wide variety of aliens and other human figures here. I really wanted to make it look like a Coruscant crowd, as you can say. So there's definitely a lot of things going on here. A lot of shock troopers kind of defending themselves there in front of the police gunship, in front of this one building here. And I really like the presence of this. There's really kind of draws your eye, wonders, like you wonder what's going on here. And basically these people are just kind of trying to figure out what happened, right? There's clone troopers killing Jedi and Senate guard troopers. The Jedi temple is on fire during Order 66. So these people are just very confused and trying to figure out what's going on. And as you guys can tell, they're using pretty brutal force here to kind of contain this crowd. And as I work my way back here, guys, you can tell Commander Fox is kind of walking in with some of his remaining Coruscant guard troopers that are not deployed yet. There's some Senate commanders there and his sergeant that have been arrested. They are the only survivors of the platoon that decided to help the Jedi and defend them against the clone attack. There's some more 501st here on the streets. Lots of details on the street, by the way, guys. Lots of greebling and other stuff like that. And these clone troopers are taking their shots at this remaining Jedi. It looks like his Padawan or some other Jedi was killed there, with a few other 501st downed and Senate commanders there. And then as you guys can tell, there's the road that goes all the way in this back section here, and I kind of give you a glimpse down there of that angle. Pretty nice angle. Yeah, so that's what that angle looks like there, guys. And then in this bar area, there you can tell the 501st have kind of barged in and are commanding them, or demanding them, to figure out where the Jedi are, if they're hiding any Jedi and stuff like that. I really like how those windows look there. I think it looks pretty great. There's the bartender there with the 501st, asking if he's seen any Jedi, probably. And as you guys can tell, there's one on top of this roof that these two 501st have engaged with. One has a riot shield, one does not. A lot of these guys do have the same riot shield here. Custom design I made for that. And that's really the entire front section, guys. Definitely a lot of minifigures on this. As you guys can tell, they are the focal point of this mock. I decided to move the police gunship here instead of building two buildings because I thought it was going to be kind of too plain to just have two similar buildings. I really wanted to highlight this set in this mock because I've actually never used it in a mock before. And the next part that you guys will be able to see right away is the entrance area to this base. So this area, as you guys can tell, has this giant ray shield. Pretty awesome. I used these spring-loaded shooters here and kind of snot bricks there to kind of give it that feel. I really like it, and I think it gives you a nice view into the mock, and it makes you kind of realize all the other details and different colors on this mock. I definitely stuck to more darker toned colors. This is a kind of dark time in Star Wars, and I thought the colors kind of captured that pretty precisely. And then I added some minor details on the sides here with kind of these like panel windows area here. Other details, other kind of techniques here spread throughout. I kept it relatively simple, but it got the job done, and I think everyone understands that this is a clone base. Pretty easy to tell. And that's about it for that front section, guys. Definitely a lot of small details scattered throughout that you guys will be able to pick on without me having to kind of tell you about it. And then if you're looking in from Brickworld, like you will be, if you were able to attend, this is what you will see on the inside of this command center area here. You can tell the railings kind of run throughout this entire section here. Then there's the windows outlooking down to the streets of Coruscant here. I really wanted to that be a focal point of this mock, so you'll be able to see this battle happening in the command center with what I'm calling the First Inquisitor, who's kind of like, I guess, as it is entitled, the First Inquisitor. He's kind of fighting off Master Sin there. That is going to be in a stop motion soon, so stay tuned for that. He's actually been in Dark Beginning Part 1 and Part 2, so please go check out those if you have not already. And that's what that entire upper deck looks like. I wanted to keep it relatively simple and keep it focused on the characters, but I think I added just enough details to make it kind of stand out and draw your eye. I really love the railings also that I did here. Very unique design that I used for this. I wanted to do something different than I normally did and kind of challenge myself, and that's what I came up with. As I work my way down to this kind of hangar area down here, you guys can tell there's some helmet racks with some remaining 501st helmets that have not been used yet. There's also two 501st walkers there. I'll get to that side in a second. And as you guys can tell, this entire floor is dark gray, unlike the hangar area, which is light gray with some red details and stuff like that. I really love this helmet rack design. Something I've used in a lot of my mocks. I'm really happy with that design. As I kind of work my way, you guys can see the ray shield and the OG 501st. I actually kind of made a late decision just to include more 501st in this. Sergeant Appo is going to be greeting young General Tarkin here. about the mission he's going to be getting off the Chancellor shuttle with these 2 pilots. I just don't have the shuttle here yet. It's from my cousin. I'm borrowing it. So that will be at Brickworld. So that's the only thing that's not really official yet. Some other details here. Typical hangar stuff, and those 501st walkers over there. And that is about it, guys, for this interior. It's definitely pretty big. I really wanted it to be pretty sizable and pretty open so that people would be able to easily see it, because as Brickworld is going to happen, this mock is going to be spinned around and facing just straight this way, because they are 4x3 tables. And I must say, guys, I've had a blast building this mock series. It's been really, really fun. I can't say enough the amount of support you guys have given me for this mock series, and for my Shark Tooth Bay and Black Pearl mocks that will also be going to Brickworld Chicago 2022. Hopefully I'll be able to see some of you guys there. I also want to meet some other YouTubers like M&R and Solid Brick Studios if he's going, Bricksy, other guys like that. So I'm really excited for Brickworld. I can't wait. I hope you guys enjoyed this mock. Go check out the Shark Tooth Bay and Black Pearl mocks if you guys haven't. And without further ado, guys, I'm going to head out. Stay tuned for the Brickworld Chicago kind of update videos and other content I'm going to be making there. There's going to be a lot of stuff happening there, so it should be pretty fun. I'm looking forward to it. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. Drop a like if you're new here and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one.